Today we're going to talk about unit testing, object-oriented programming, and we're going to talk about just the basics. We're going to use the JUST unit framework to discover what a class is, what an object is, and we're also going to work on properties and methods. All right, let's get started. What we have here is just the beginning of the harness that we need to make sure that our unit tests will work properly. I have a number of videos previously that show how to set up the framework and how to set up this initial plumbing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right into it. So all of this right now works. Everything's good. I'll just run a quick test to show you. npm test. It goes through, runs the test, gets a couple console logs. Everything's working. Cool. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show everyone the JavaScript syntax for a class. And if you notice, right now I'm doing discovery. I'm using the framework for discovery. I'm not actually using the framework to actually write unit tests right now. I will do that, but not right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a class. We're going to call it person. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to create a really simple class called person. Okay. We're going to, instead of testing the plumbing, we're going to actually test a class. Okay. And what we're going to do here is I don't need this anymore. And for right now, I'll just comment these out because I'm going to use them. No, what the heck, we don't need them. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new person. I'm going to go const Larry equals new person. And then I'm going to just print what Larry is. Okay, let's just have a look. And so we've just added very minimal amount of code. And what we're going to see when we run this is it just shows person as if it's an object. That's kind of interesting. The next thing we're going to do is say, well, if it actually is an object, let's see if I can put a property in there. Const Larry dot, I don't know, age equals 29. For all of you that know me, you know that's really close to my age. No, sorry, we don't need the const. Okay, and now then we're going to print it and see what it says. And now we see that it actually has the age of 29. That's pretty cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and again, looking at it from the perspective, I'm just going to create another instance of it. So const Lorraine equals new person. And I'm going to set Lorraine's age to 28, and then instead of just printing me, I'm going to print both Lorraine and myself. Okay, and now we're going to see what happens. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we have a person from line 14 that says it's 28, and we have a person from line 13 which says 29. So that's perfect. So far, all we're seeing is the functionality that we used to see in an object just converted into a class. All right, so the next thing I want to do is inside of person, I want to create a method, and I'm going to call that method, say hello. And all I'm going to do there is I'm going to return hello there. And then how do you think I would execute this method? Well, what I'm going to do is say Larry dot say hello, and we'll see what that prints. So now I'm going to just say on my object, I'm going to say hello. On Lorraine's object, I'm just going to print the object. Okay, so let's have a look at what that does. So now what we've done is we've created a class. We've instantiated that class twice. Okay, this is called instantiating the class right here. We've instantiated that class twice, and we've set properties inside of that class just the same way that we would with an object. Okay, so now we got two instances of this class and we're running it. So now what we did is we said, okay, what's going to happen when we execute that function? It's going to say hello. So let's see what it does. Interestingly enough, hello there. That's coming from line 13. So line 13 is doing a console log of whatever this returns. And this returns hello world. Okay. So far, what we've been able to see is how to create a class. And again, we're using just the framework just for discovery. We've seen how to instantiate a class. We've seen how to create a class. We've seen how to set properties in the class. And we've seen how to set and run functions within classes. Okay, so I think that's kind of a good break. We'll stop there and see if there are any questions at all.